I'm your host, Sarah Torres from Reality of Aid Asia Pacific. We focus on development cooperation and people-centered responses to crisis, making sure that development focuses on people, not profit. Welcome to Stop the Cuts. Stop the Cuts is our End Austerity in Asia Pacific campaign, which we launched last year. This campaign aims to raise people's awareness on the impacts of austerity measures in the region. Today, we're going to unpack the idea of austerity and, more importantly, to imagine alternatives that put people's needs above cuts and constraints. And we're going to do that through games. Joining me today is our incredible guest who has spent years studying and engaging with these issues. Let's welcome Rosario Guzman, Head Researcher of IBON Foundation.
Hi, Sarah!
Thank you for being our very first guest, Ms. Rosb. Can you briefly share what IBON Foundation is, and can you tell us what comes to your mind when you hear the word austerity?
Oh, okay. IBON Foundation is a Philippine-based organization. It's into research on socioeconomic issues. So we have a shared history with IBON International, which is bringing all those advocacies to the international arena. What comes to my mind when I hear the word austerity? I think, to put it simply, it's about belt tightening, which means that you have to cut on your expenses for important things or for the things that you love or you like because your income is not enough. So it's belt tightening. But if you come to think of it, I used to listen to my professor in economics, and he used the word austerity as a technical term to refer to how governments should have social services cuts in order to incentivize business. Mm-hmm. So austerity is always a hurting term for the people, for the citizens, because there's no such thing as cutting on business incentives. Yeah. It's always cutting on business taxes, and that is to incentivize them. And it's always cutting social services, health, education. So austerity has always been a sad term for the people, for the households, for students. So that's what comes to my mind.
Mm-hmm. So austerity in itself is a negative term for the people. It's
a depressing thing.
Yeah.
When an economy goes through a crisis, and you always hear your government saying, we're on austerity. Yeah. So it's close to an economic recession or depression. And you always ask your government, don't we have the money? And they'll show you this, yes, we have a deficit. We don't have the money, or maybe we're not earning much through taxes, so we should be cutting expenses on social services and public utilities, all those things that matter to people.
Yes. Okay. So this conversation, we will try to reimagine what the alternatives would be if there are no cuts. No?
Okay.
So again, we'll do that through games, and we have 4 of them. The first one is a fish bowl, so we call it Austerity Bowl. All you have to do is pick a paper and then answer. Okay, let's go to our first round first. Here it is. Thank you, Ralph, for our Austerity Bowl. So, Ms. Rosb, do the honors.
This is a question? All right.
Just 3 to 4 questions. Let's see the time, no?
Okay. Other than borrowing, where can the government get the funds for our social services? Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
Philippines has about 50 billionaires landing on the Forbes list of billionaires, and they are not taxed at all for wealth. So we have been, IBON has been pushing for a billionaire wealth tax. And in fact, if we just tax the billionaires by 1% or even up to 3%, depending on the levels of their wealth, that can cover for the, the value-added tax that had
the 12%.
been imposed. Yes, and including what we call the train law, which is, do you know that we even tax petroleum products? I mean, well, I would say that's only in the Philippines, at least in the region. So the billionaire wealth tax can even cover for that petroleum tax.
Can you quickly share what train law is for those watching from other countries?
Oh, look, I don't even know
Train
what it
is...
means.
Let's do some Google search.
Tax reform for acceleration and inclusion.
Okay.
Which means that they increase the value-added tax, they increase the coverage of VAT, even to include almost all consumption products, including petroleum products. So we have here, for instance, gasoline is being taxed by an excise tax. On top of that is a value-added tax. So it's really double tax.
Yeah.
And it's a very vital commodity. So if only we tax the billionaires who have increased their wealth even during the pandemic and just reallocate that tax or that collection to social services, we can do away with
We're paid.
the regressive taxes, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I passed one.
Second one.
Thank you.
Second
How
one.
many minutes do we have for this? Do you believe borrowing from international financial institutions,
I like that.
such as the IMF World Bank or Asian Development Bank, helps or harms borrowing countries? Why? Okay, let's be realistic here. Borrowing per se, I mean, in an idealistic world, is not bad. I mean, households borrow, especially for productive expenses. When you run short and you have an idea where to get that income, you borrow, right? But the reality is that borrowing in this world right now is that it has high interest rates. It has attached conditionality. I mean, you cannot borrow. You say, I'll borrow to set up a school for agriculture. You can't do that because the lender will say, no, you set up a school for business. Or you don't set up a school, you borrow for something else, for infrastructure, to incentivize business. So borrowing from them is counterproductive. I mean, if we're just talking about having budget, the government is on deficit, so it has to borrow, that's counterproductive because by then, the lenders will give you conditionalities where the government will repeat the error of policy leading us to deficit.
Yeah.
And leading us to regressive taxation, and it's the whole cycle of debt.
To austerity, because some
And to austerity.
conditionalities require austerity measures.
Yes.
Okay. Next. Good.
Thank you.
Last question.
Last question?
Two more.
Let's do
Okay.
one. Okay. Do you believe... this is the same.
What is this?
I sense some... it's the same question.
Okay. It's the same.
Okay. What sectors do you think are most affected when budgets are reduced? Well, as we said, as we defined austerity, it's the social sectors. There's no such thing as business or military even.
Yeah.
Or even debtor, lenders, debt payment, debt servicing. There's no such thing as when you talk about austerity, they cut on those three things. Infrastructure for business, debt servicing, or military. It's always social services.
Health, education.
Social protection,
Social protection. Yes.
poverty alleviation, housing, and economic services. I mean, even agriculture is an economic service. Irrigation for agriculture, storage facilities. I mean, all those things that we dream of for to have agricultural development. All these all these suffer from budget reduction. So that is why we're saying that when we hear the word austerity, it always means we sacrifice, the people sacrifice, or we sacrifice even people's development.
Yeah.
And poverty and alleviation and addressing inequality. So
For people's welfare and development.
yeah, so all those things wrapped into what we call reduction. When you reduce budgets for the poor or for social services, you're practically not addressing inequality.
Yeah.
You're practically not addressing poverty alleviation. You are worsening it. So that's my long answer.
A+. Okay, last.
Is there another? One
Another?
more?
Okay, one last. Para A++.
If you were the finance secretary, how would you manage the national budget during an economic crisis? Right. Aha. Well, first of all, we should allocate right away for the crisis. And immediately there should be employment benefits or jobs creation allocation. There should also be larger allocation for food security.
Okay.
It's the most logical thing to do. You are in a crisis, and then you are not addressing unemployment. You are not addressing, for instance, agricultural crisis. So if I were the finance secretary, if there's an economic crisis, I allocate right away for the productive sectors, jobs, manufacturing, agriculture, and then allocate for the medium and small scale enterprises so that they can continue business. And so their workers can continue going to work. Then you allocate for social services, especially the public sector, like public schools, public hospitals, etc. And whatever is left should be carried over to paying for what you borrowed in the past. Now we're saying that so you're for debt servicing. I'm for debt servicing after the fact of allocating for social services. Our government is for debt servicing before the fact, even before the revenues are earned.
Yeah.
That's automatic appropriation. That's what we, what we gained from 1987. So that should be reversed if I were the finance secretary, but I'm not.
Well, we hope you wouldn't be. So basically, when there are budget deliberations, there's supposed to be funding for crisis already. It's not an afterthought.
Yeah, right. Crisis management is about anticipation. Like for example, we are the riskiest in terms of climate, riskiest country in the world, and we've held that title for 16 straight years. So that is exposure. That's vulnerability, right? I mean, we're in the middle of faults and volcanic or whatever. We're crossed by typhoons every year, making landfall, etc., etc. So that is our exposure. So you must be ready for that kind of climate crisis, right? And then now you realize you are not really the contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, but you are the riskiest country in the world. And your government, what does it allocate for this climate spending? Flood control projects that are corruption prone. So that kind of, it's really ironic.
Frustrating.
Yeah,
Ironic
it's frustrating,
and
yes. So that kind of spending is really not just counterproductive, but it's immoral.
Inhumane.
Yes, inhumane in the crisis that we're facing.
Thank you, Ms. Rosb, for finishing round one with flying colors.
Thank you.
Yes. Now let's move on to the second round. We have got our fund. We have got our fund. So for this round, I have some strips of paper, and let's see how many minutes do we have. Just time us. Okay, 4 minutes. If we can finish. But okay, let's see. Okay, just have to say whether to cut or fund.
Okay. A cut or okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Police salary and enhanced surveillance equipment.
Cut.
Cut. Wage of contractual workers.
Fund.
Fund.
And regularize.
Regularized workers.
All right.
Tama. Tax breaks for corporations and private sector.
Tax breaks for corporations. You cut that. You cut funding for that, right?
Yes.
I mean, let me just say something. When you give tax breaks to corporations, it's not really just giving tax breaks. The government is even funding.
Yeah.
I mean, it's compensating for that tax breaks, right? So cut. Cut the
Scholarships
fund.
for the youth.
Fund.
Purchase of new military equipment and warships.
Cut.
What if they say, no, there's threat of military? There's these countries all over.
There's threat of U.S. militarism, actually, and U.S. militarism selling us those equipment, the material. So, cut.
Cut completely. Cut ties.
Yeah.
Confidential and intelligence funds for top government offices.
Cut. There shouldn't be any kind of fund, actually. It's almost like pork barrel. It's so untransparent, and it's huge.
Yeah,
I mean, we tried to compute, for instance, just for the vice president. It can even answer for shortages in the education sector if it's not allocated as confidential and intelligence funds. So, cut.
Do you think those confidential funds we can allocate them for social services?
Yes,
right?
yes. We can. People can compute how much is being wasted as pork barrel, how much is being wasted as very untransparent funds, and going to corruption. And
Right.
it's really big for the Philippine government.
Yeah, billions and
Yeah. By last account, it probably is just 1/5. Just what we can see clearly, 1/5 of the budget proposed for 2026 is pork barrel.
barrel. Wow, 1/5. Okay.
That's huge.
Yeah. Okay, next. Cultural and land rights protection for IPs, Indigenous
Oh,
peoples.
fun.
We fund this. of
Yes,
course.
and also spaces and ancestral domains, cultural spaces, and then everything.
Yeah, preserving of indigenous knowledge,
Yes.
also education.
Yeah,
Livelihood assistance for returning OFWs and migrants.
fun.
Oops, sorry. Fuel subsidy for fisher folks.
Fun. You're funding more than cutting.
Mandatory military service for students.
Oh, cut.
Interesting. Can I know why? Can I
Cut.
know why?
Mandatory military service. Actually, the debate is whether there should be mandatory
Exactly,
military
yes.
service in education. And the way the economy is going right now, I think there are more knowledge building that students need more than,
Military service,
And
yes.
it's not even defense they're teaching. It's not even nationalism or sovereignty they are teaching. It's really just militaristic training.
Okay. Anti-discrimination programs and safe spaces for LGBTQ plus
Fun. In fact, you should even pass the bill
Correct.
that recognizes the SOGI bill, they call it, but actually recognizes them in the workplace, recognizes their rights and other inclusion that they should be enjoying.
Yes.
So fun.
Because in the Philippines, we're very, very backward in that, right?
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
This one, community-based mental health programs for children.
Fun.
Yes,
For children and youth, you said?
Yes.
Yes, fun.
of course. Subsidized housing and healthcare for the elderly.
Fun. I was thinking, what is this game again? It's cut or fund, right? And then I was thinking, it sounds like we're putting all our dreams and
Here.
yeah,
And the
that's
strips of
fun.
paper.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Seed and fertilizer support for small farms.
Yeah. Fun.
No, of course, basic. This is very basic,
Fun.
right? And you were just
No seed and.
mentioning this somehow. Corporate subsidies for coal and mining companies.
Oh, cut.
God.
There is corporate subsidy.
I
don't think so.
Our team says so,
there is
apparently.
Really? I thought there's just policy support for coal plants.
Team?
So there's corporate subsidy. That's so dirty, no? I think there are other also, pseudo-renewable energy sources and even dirty energy that they are funding.
Yeah.
From the budget and also to incentivize, again, foreign investors. But I haven't heard of that
corporate subsidies.
Yeah.
In the Cordillera, right, there are a lot of energy applications. Companies applying for energy project to build energy power plants and also hydro project plants.
Yeah.
Okay. Accessible reproductive health and care for women.
Fun.
Fund. Inclusive education.
Legalize.
Legalize.
Yeah. Or not legalize, but what do you call this when they not really criminalize?
Criminalize.
Even your rights to access those services. It's so bad, no?
Why?
Oh,
Why?
I don't know. You criminalize giving birth at home. Anyway,
When that was a practice.
it's an indigenous practice. That's
exactly.
even safer actually, both economically and health wise.
Okay, last two.
Really finish that.
Inclusive education and assistive devices for PWDs.
Let's fund that.
Let's fund that. And
All accessibility.
travel budgets of government officials.
Oh, God.
God.
Yeah.
Especially when it's not an economy, no? Because a lot of them
Right.
are really taking advantage of it.
They have $300 per diem. Can you imagine?
Is that per day?
Yes.
In the Philippines,
I
per
witnessed
day?
that. And then
$300? Wow.
And then before the end of the conference, they were, calling the what's this, FedEx, because they were sending home their signature bags and all that.
Really?
Can you imagine?
Wow.
Anyway, okay.
Okay. Yay! Thank you!
Dream on.
So far, this is a very productive conversation, we're learning a lot. Thank you so much, Ms. Rosb, but we're not yet done.
Okay.
We'll be learning more. The next game is the React Attack.
Okay.
And so we'll be giving you these emojis. So maybe you can
Can I
show.
look at the icon first? Because I saw
Yeah,
here
there's
some.
a thumbs up.
What is this?
There's a poop.
All right.
What is the poop for? The poop is for
Okay, celebrate. Okay.
so obviously you have the thumbs
All right.
up, crying, angry, celebrate, and poop. Maybe something just like ew. No, yikes. Disgusting.
Disgust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I'll just read out the statements. How many minutes do we have for this? This is a lot. Wow, okay. And again, you can give your reaction.
Even longer than cut and fun.
Let's see. Okay. No, the first statement.
Oh.
According to a report from the Asia Development Bank, the Philippines received $400 million loan. $400 million loan to expand its Walang Gutom, or No Hunger in English, food stamp and social protection program. How does this make you feel? $400 million.
I'll try to be nice.
Crying. Why crying?
Because you're hungry and you are being lent some money to address it. But you know what? I'll try to be worse. But in the end, on the ground, the president is not really using all the money for that purpose. It's just for
Okay.
political stunt. Okay, I'll stop there.
You don't want to expand?
I don't want to be audited by the ADB.
Okay. Number 2, second statement, we have, again, from the ADB, another $500 million loan was approved to help the Philippines strengthen its climate resilience and adaptation efforts. How does this make you feel? ADB as a climate bank.
Still crying.
Okay.
Still crying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We need. We looked at the climate resilience budget of the government right now, and it's just climate tagging. You know, I mean,
So the purpose is not really for climate.
Yeah. And then you have a development bank giving you that as a loan, or even if it's as a grant, without study of what makes us really vulnerable or what makes us resilient. That's really sad.
and answering the root of the climate
of our
injustice.
vulnerability, yes, and putting really systems that really truly make us resilient. That's not the part of the plan or even of that loan. That's not even the facility of the ADB.
If it was a climate project that is for the benefit really of the people, the loan is okay.
No, because I mean, well, we talk about climate justice and all that. This vulnerability or this very poor system is not even our fault. It's a fault of, first of all, it's what's been dictated on us as conditionalities, as neoliberal policies, etc. Right? And then you say, no, truly, we'll put this into agroecology, for instance, to make agriculture really resilient or really weather-proof, etc., etc. And then we borrow that money. That's an insult. Huh? It's really such a historical injustice for the ADB. What can you expect?
Yeah. Well, they are a bank, and things like that should be actually in aid speak, no? Because it's a historical injustice. It should be given as a grant.
As a compensation.
As compensation.
Yes.
A reparation, as what it is.
Reparation.
Okay, ang dami ko rin tanong.
I love that term, reparation. You know, it's like we went through war.
Yes.
And this crisis is not just, natural, it came to us, etc. No, it's an onslaught.
Yes.
It's been a historical onslaught on poor countries, making us really very vulnerable. And they're now using the climate crisis to even, come up with climate financing.
The
to make money out of it.
greenwashing
Yeah.
of this agenda.
So, okay, let me change that to poop.
Okay, number 5. Next, according to the IMF, or the International Monetary Fund, the Philippines' fiscal deficit declined from 6.1% of our GDP in 2023 to 5.7% in 2024, reflecting tighter budget discipline. What do you think of this? What is your feeling?
That's the World Bank speaking?
Yeah, IMF World Bank.
Okay. Well, if that's the figure, that still makes us really very angry, because in the first place, we shouldn't. Poor people shouldn't be being informed of a budget deficit when all their lives, whatever they do, every single thing they do in this country is taxed.
Yeah.
While they're seeing the billionaires getting richer, right? So the budget deficit can be really, resolved if only if only the IMF World Bank is allowing us to do progressive taxation. I mean, the bank or the fund, they know that. So it's fiscal discipline, no? They call it...
Yes, belt-tightening as fiscal discipline.
Yeah, and also increasing progressive taxation.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, next. According to Reuters, the Philippine House of Representatives reduced the office of the Vice President's proposed 2025 budget by more than 2/3. How does this make you feel?
Wait, sorry? Who reduced the...
The House of Representatives reduced the office of the Vice President's proposed 2025
by how much?
budget. Do we know by how much?
I'll just go for this.
Yes. Regardless of the amount.
Yeah, politics aside.
Yes.
The previous vice president did not have a budget.
Yeah.
Right? And so, anything compared to zero will be really a huge increase. So now you're telling me that, no, it's been decreased.
Yeah.
But there's been, that controversy or that scandal when we found out that the vice president,
The current Vice President.
yes, squandered how much? 625 million pesos in just 11 days. And then that's how the government, the highest offices of the land, use people's
their
money.
And now we have to be thankful for their reduction, no? Really is a poop. As you said, the confidential funds is on top of this.
If we look at the one who signs the budget, which is the president gets to retain his confidential intelligence funds, his pork barrel, his untransparent funds. And
Do we move on?
ayos.
Okay, next.
Ah,
Sorry, ang galaw ko. According to Reuters, again, civil society and business groups are calling for an independent probe into the 545 billion peso flood control spending linked to alleged corruption since 2022. 545 billion pesos is around how many in dollars? For our
well, 100 billion.
audience.
Well, I would say thumbs up.
Uh-huh.
I mean, civil society, people's organizations should really be on their toes. That's their money, right? On the other hand, that amount is still small. Based on IBON's probe or looking into the website of the president himself, we've actually unearthed several other amounts and very much attached to the districts of the legislators. So we're saying that about 100 to 200 of how representatives in Congress are in their own districts have anomalous flood control projects. So I think what I thumbs up for is that civil society should really be a vigilant or militant sector in budgeting because after all, that's people's money.
Yes, that is our money.
Yes.
Okay, so thumbs up for civil society like us. Let's
Yes.
continue doing the monitoring. Last three questions, Ms.
Dami,
Rosb. According to Inquirer, this is a major broadsheet in the Philippines. The Trillion Peso March and the Billion People March were, which was started to call for anti-corruption in our government, will be holding protests every Friday to build up for a nationwide rally on the 30th.
Okay.
How does this make you feel?
Thumbs up.
Yes, thumbs up.
Never stop. Never, don't keep quiet until, apparently, they don't listen, but if we are persistent,
Yes.
they will not change, but they will be, forewarned of more corruption, additional corruption. I mean, they will be more careful. No? But yes, that's thumbs up. And also that's people's protest. And we've proven that in budget deliberations, austerity, and even corruption scandals, there's no amount of officials, even the president being performative and all that, there's no amount of official reforms or maneuvering that will change the system. So we've proven that it's always people's movements that change the system.
Yes, we have to be persistent.
Yes, persistent and consistent.
Consistent. So these protests should be sustained. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
As of September 2024, the Asian Development Bank has approved Israel's membership in its organization. How do you make
Okay.
it feel? How does it
In the ADB?
Yes.
In the Asian, all right.
Yes.
Really? I mean, I have no words. I have no words for that. It's
Us too. No, we sent a statement. we sent a statement to the ADB regarding this membership.
what's your main message there?
It's about how Israel's how's its ongoing war campaign to Palestine doesn't reflect the values of the ADB, at least in terms of as what they say, providing development funds.
And we
for
wouldn't even know
countries.
if the Israeli people are getting the social services that they also deserve, right? Because as it appears, this government, Israeli government, is spending so much on its
Military.
genocide campaign. So and then here's the bank,
Yeah, accepting
the
them
ADB.
and-
All right.
Okay, and then last one.
There's more.
This last. In a recent poll conducted by social weather stations, or SWS, half of Filipinos believe that former President Rodrigo Duterte should be held accountable for the deaths related to the drug war. Is accountability looming for Philippines Duterte? Thumbs up.
Yes, thumbs up.
Yes.
I mean, that survey is long overdue.
Yes.
But I mean, when you think of the soundness, sociological soundness of surveys, you can answer truthfully, right? If he's in jail.
Yeah.
You can't answer that survey while he's here
Yeah.
or while he's in power. So
Okay, and that concludes our third round.
wow.
Wow! Last two. Last two.
I'll put this here, okay?
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, all right.
Okay. This is our fourth round. All right. So we have here different sectors and then coins. Each coin represents 10 billion pesos that we don't have, unfortunately. So all of these, they correspond to the 430 billion peso budget of the military.
Okay.
And we just want to reimagine, how do we allocate this? Reallocate this.
The
Each
two of
the
us or
sectors.
just me?
I mean, you. I can also do it. But
Okay. I will
you can start.
prioritize farmers. I
Okay.
mean, I've been I'm not counting. You said 10 billion each,
Yeah.
right? So 10 billion, so there are
Estimates
40
are fine.
pieces.
Yeah, I think so.
1, 2, 3, 4,
43
5, 6,
pieces
7,
because it's
8,
430
9, 10.
billion.
So it's not going to be equal for everyone because there are cross-cutting sectors. But I will probably allocate 2 more for farmers and equally for fisher folks because they are also part of the peasantry. All right. And then equally for workers. So that'll be like 5 each for them.
Okay, 5. Do you have research that says 50 billion?
All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm just...
So I'll make computation. Okay, so 80 billion is not enough because we need, for instance, how much do we need for palay procurement? Probably,
palay
that's
is,
not enough.
in English is...
Paddy?
but this
Right,
is for
rice, yes.
Yes.
Okay, then add some more then.
I will add more for our
Oh,
farmers.
there'll be nothing left for workers.
No, it's okay. I'm just
Okay, so my
asking.
point is that farmers, fisher folks, and,
And
workers will
we
be
should
priority. Yes.
Okay.
Let's
just put
But that's a good
five.
question. What will you spend the 50 billion on, for instance, for workers, right? That's sad. Just increase their wages. I mean, that's a budget. It's a budget. Government should subsidize the small corporations so that they can give. It's a wage subsidy, so that they can give the living wage to workers. For fisher folks, government should also give the fisher folks not just the access to the municipal waters, but the gear to be able to go further than 7 fathoms. For the farmers, there's a lot of things to do for agriculture and for the farmers. So I would like to put all those points here actually, but we still have some marginalized and poor sectors. So from these 3 productive or direct producers, our next budget should go to women and girls and youth and children. Maybe equal, but women as a productive, as already part of the workers and the farmers, should also be focusing on women's rights or,
The reproductive.
women's specific services should be there. For the youth will be education.
Okay.
But then these are sectors, right? So these are not social services sectors.
Okay.
So, and youth will be, as you said in one of your questions, should we fund, for instance, scholarship?
Yes.
I think for children, we should also fund their there's a whole gamut of children's rights neglect in the country that we should be focusing on. I mean, from even toddlers, daycare centers, and all that. So, how much still do we have?
Still have a lot.
Yeah. Migrants.
Migrants.
Returning migrants. No, migrants. There should be some budget for their. Okay, just enough.
This is enough.
That's
Okay.
enough. They have money. Can we equal IP? Yes, with farmers as well.
Okay.
Although there are other IP specific services that we have to give, other than for farming IPs or stuff like that.
Yeah, the cultural spaces, also education.
Yeah. Okay, PWD. Let's go to the discriminated sectors. So that'll be PWD. Older, all these are discriminated anyway. So you just distribute equally. Just kidding. Okay, PWD. I was thinking PWD as a biker myself. I was thinking of of accessibility, infrastructure for them, right? But even job creation for PWD should be supported. And older persons, in this society, when you get older, you're neglected, right? But there are a lot of elderly in the labor force who are still looking for work or who are still working. And it's really, it's ironic sometimes when you take the public transportation and the driver, the passenger will say, I have a discount because I'm a senior citizen. And then when you look at the driver himself is a senior citizen. So who is funding who, right? And nothing is going back to the driver from the government for that discount that the driver gave to the elderly. So we're just looking after one another. There's no government in this case. So older persons, I think,
give more.
They've been really very deprived of their what's it called this just dignity, and even that pension. Pension is really an insult. Yes, LGBT.
How much?
Put everyone on the rest.
Wala pa.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 60 billion for LGBT. But it's a cross-cutting. There are LGBT farmers, workers. But for specific LGBT issues that we want right now, I think it's all policy incorporation first. As you said, that we are still very backward. So cultural, acceptance, or is it acceptance? What are they asking for?
Equality.
Equality, etc. should start from policy.
Yes.
And and that takes a lot of budget for them. Okay, we still have 3 to spare.
Yes, we still have 30 billion. Wow.
30 billion, that's okay. I give you the chance. You can maging host. Okay, now I'm hosting. You give you the chance to allocate.
I guess I'll give more to education.
All right.
Yes, it's also a personal advocacy. I think everything starts with good education, whether it's at home or in the school. And of course, women and girls.
Yes. All right. Fair enough. It's fair enough.
Okay, so by the way, this is something everyone can access because when we launch our End Austerity campaign website, we will have this. So we'll have this game on the site. So you can also reimagine based on your own sub-regions.
Yeah.
So
that's nice.
for Asia Pacific, we have Southeast Asia, South Asia, Central Asia, Northeast Asia, Middle East and North Africa, and of course the Pacific.
And I think also, let me add, it's a good exercise, as you taught me earlier, to compute what is the concrete allocation for this amount, right? So now, it's an assignment for me to compute, what can 30 billion buy for PWDs? But anyway, it's not just just tangible stuff, but policies can also be, budgeted.
Actually, that's a good exercise or activity in the future, no? Listing down the policies, as you've said, that could be part of this alternative budgeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
We're
now we are on our last round, and
There is another one?
This is a conclusion.
Okay.
We've had such a rich discussion today, from defining austerity to imagining people-centered alternatives. But it does beg the question, why should we care about austerity?
Yes, we are in an economic crisis. Poverty is widespread. Inequality is really very severe, and not just in the Philippines. Global inequality is really, you can't imagine this is the 21st century, right? And austerity is making it worse. It's making all our sufferings worse. So we should care about it. Why? Because we cannot move forward from poverty or inequality or from this economic crisis if we do not gain control of our money and how to spend it.
Yes,
Yes.
powerful words. So austerity, it's not just a policy. It's like lived experience.
It's
of
lived
people.
experience, and it's a decision and commitment from the people to, control whatever they can control with their lives.
With their sustained protests you've mentioned earlier.
Protest, making government accountable.
Yes.
And not just transparent, but making your government work for you. And if that's not possible, then
We do this continued protest.
yeah, and then you set up a better government.
Yes. Because austerity isn't just a policy, it's a choice about whose needs matter. Today, we've seen that people-centered budgeting means saying yes to social services, yes to communities, and no to unnecessary cuts. As a symbolic close, we'll cut this small image of a military tank representing our call to redirect resources from militarization to social development. Ayan. So we'll just give you this tank, military tank.
And then Rosb, you cut across this.
Okay. You cut across the rope. Ayan.
Okay.
So with this, we hope to have sustained campaigns
Yeah. Okay, I think
for military cuts, yes.
I think we need more than scissors to really have a symbolic.
But this is okay, we get it.
Yeah. So no to militarism over social services. That's what we're trying to say here. And this is very counterproductive, and it's also working against us.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Rosb, and to everyone joining us today. And special thanks to Outer Media for making this conversation possible. This has been Stop the Cuts, where we imagine a Philippines that puts people, not austerity, at the heart of every budget. Maraming salamat and see you next time.
Woo!